Yo, you know what it is. It's the Charlie Newhart Show. All right, like and subscribe if you like real content. If not, just get off. You know what I'm saying? I want real people, real subscribers, man. Just get off. You know, if you want to be a lame and leave a negative comment, you can do that. I don't care. It don't bother me at all. But I want real people. If not, just get off.
It's going to bother me. I'm going to track you down like Jay and Silent Bob.
You know, I feel like everybody's IP address should be next to their comment, or like their home address next to every comment. Can you imagine how that would affect the way people dance on the internet? Like if your address and phone number was next to your comments, you wouldn't get half of these tough ass internet gangsters won't even see you in person. They'd type it up and in person like, "Hey Langston, how you doing, man?" Like, nigga, I got your IP address, nigga.
You're nicer than me. I'm like, can we put the mama's house on there?
Put your mama house on there. We firebomb your mama house and see how you behave.
No, I'm in a bad mood, America. No, I wouldn't really do that. But I do believe we should have a national agency that goes around and just agnostically puts what, like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. Absolutely. Call you out on that. Like, man, you had a lot of racial commentary, a lot of slurs and threats you were sending out to Langston. We need to call you on that. You know, that probably goes into that whole social media, social rating system we talked about before, 1 through 5. If you a 5, all your comments should be monitored. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I feel like if you put out a bunch of racial slurs, if N-words and all that, the agency should allow 100 niggas to come to your house, pull you outside and ask you about that. Like, what do you mean by that when you said you hate all niggers? You said that. So we've got 100 of them behind us right now. They want to have a word with you, John.
Oh, that needs to be like some kind of like cheesy thing with Kelly Ripa where she's like, "Hi."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. On like the national sweepstakes. Hi. We have your IP address attached to some very negative commentary on the internet. N-word 100 times and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? We brought a U-Haul truck full of them. They're going to hop out and have a word with you. And we're going to keep the cameras rolling. World Star, action. That will cut out all that internet commentary, man. You know what I'm saying? So, what we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how I feel like I'm chosen. Yeah, I said it. We're going to talk about the 90s. We're going to talk about the fact that I got an old name. My name's Charles. I got an old man name. That's why I be telling niggas to call me Charlie. We're going to talk about this recent big girl swag. I don't know if I deal with it. These big girls got a little bit too much swag for me. And yeah, I got a really dope guest today. So we're going to have a good time. You know what it is. Stay tuned.
Give it up for Charlie Newhart. Come on.
Okay, so which famous actor starred in the TV show Knight Rider and Baywatch?
I don't think I've ever seen
I ain't never watched that, but I'ma say Ice
Come on,
Cube.
man, this is for real.
Marlo. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, all good. You got the answer wrong. Now I gotta cook you. All right? Both of y'all look like y'all don't wipe. Y'all let y'all panties do all the work.
Nah, this clean, baby.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I need to get into this this big girl swag. It's kind of high, and I respect it. I think some of my problem with some of these artists is I'd love for you to be known for your art, your music, as opposed to your body size. So I'm just not a fan, and I think it's just giving big girls a little bit too much swag, a little bit too much arrogance, and I'm just not a fan of arrogance at all. You know, recently single. Not recently. I've been single for a few years, and in the dating game, in the dating world, and I get on the internet, and I get on a dating site probably like 2 years ago, which I don't. And this is what got me off. This big girl just cuts into me. You know what I'm saying? And the message is like, you know what? How tall are you? I was like, oh, I'm 6'3". She said, good, because I only date men that are 6 feet, have a 6-pack, and make 6 figures. So much swag, and she's messaging me. I didn't even reach out to her. Like, you're not even in my body type, but you telling me what you want. Yeah, you got to be 6 feet, 6-pack, and 6 figures. And then, like, not too long after that, she was just like, and I don't cook. I'm like,
Which seems odd.
yeah, you don't cook? I was like, that's cool. Yeah, you know what? I don't protect. Get your big ass down there and see what that noise is. You better be Van Damme down there with your big sumo body having ass telling me what you will and won't do. I didn't like it. You don't cook? I was like, you know what? I'm off of this dating site. It's too much big girl swag. Which I don't mind if it's swag, but when it's arrogance, it's another thing. Like, I ain't got nothing against big girls, but what I'm saying is if it's arrogance with any body type, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What else? I got an old ass name. My name's Charles. I'm telling people to call me Charlie. And I think because I got an old name, Langston, your name, you got some mileage on your name too. Your name, Langston's kind of an old ass.
It comes from England.
Yeah.
It's old. It's old and white.
It's old and white. Langston and Charles. You know, the cool thing about our names is if you see our names on like a job application, you won't know what color we are.
You'll have no fucking clue.
Which is dope. Like my ex-wife, she's got a black name. And she applied for this job. And they wouldn't call her. And I was like, let's do this experiment. I'm going to apply for the same job with my name, Charles. Nigga, they called me in the next day. And I went to the interview and went off. I was like, man, listen, my wife applied for this job. And y'all didn't call her. She got more qualifications than me. And basically, they was just looking at me like, we know, nigga. We know. She's got a black name. So look, be careful when you're naming your kids, man. I couldn't believe they called me in, but I got an old name. Me and Langston have old names. But I think because of that, what I do is I judge other people based on their name. You know, I shake a nigga hand, he like, man, my name's Cleophas. I don't want to be cool with you, dog. You got an old ass name.
I'm sorry, did you say Cleophas?
Cleophas. I don't want to be cool with a nigga named Cleophas, man. I don't know if I can trust you. Like, you got the kind of name that make me feel like you're going to tell on the other slaves and shit. Like, let me tell you what Charles did and Langston. I got an old nigga named Max. Like, I got a Langston around me, and I'm trying to think if there's another nigga whose name is old that I hang around with. Other than that, it's just... you Langston, or if you're trying to introduce me to a female, you know what I'm saying? Blind date. Like, I can just judge how she look based on her name. Like, I want to introduce you to Gladys. I don't want to meet no Gladys. Fuck Gladys. I want to introduce you to Bernadette. Bernadette?
Muriel.
Muriel? Yeah, dog, I don't want to meet no Muriel. Or Mildred? Charlie.
I'm just saying, I know a pretty hot Muriel.
A Muriel? I don't know. That can kind of go... depends on what her ethnicity is. If it's a black Muriel, I don't.
Oh, that might be a bit sketchy.
Yeah. Or a Mildred. What kind of car you think Mildred got?
Oh, Mildred's pushing like an 88 Buick. Like.
Facts. She got an 88 Buick on Vogues. It's got, what kind of air freshener she got in that boy?
Oh, you know, standard pine tree.
Standard pine? Oh, man. And she pulling up. She got the cigarette holder, and she pulling up listening to Luther. Don't you remember? Charlie, you gonna get in, Charlie? Come to the house. She got that white, no, she got that clear protector shit on her living room furniture and shit. Mildred.
Eloise.
I wouldn't, no, I don't want to meet no Eloise. What's a name, you hear it, it's just synonymous of just, that's a bad bitch. You hear the name. Like, ooh. I think Natalie's a pretty dope. Natalie, like, ooh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, because I don't have any negative Natalies.
Yeah. I don't. You know, I got negative. When I think of negative shit with a female, it's a long ass black name. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know any cool Chardonnays. Chardonnay? No, I don't want to meet that. Like, her mama named her after an alcohol.
I'm going to say that if they're named after alcohol, that's probably not.
Yeah, your mama was getting hit when she had you. Or Alizé. I used to know some Alizés.
Was that really on their driver's license, though?
Yeah, Alizé. Like, you know, bitch, you can change your name. Like, you're wondering why you're not getting a lot of opportunities. You can change. You don't have to be Alizé. Have you ever seen Soft White Underbelly? Soft White Underbelly is a show. It's this white dude. His name is Mark something. He's a genius dude, though, because what he's doing is he's got the spotlight on the underworld. You know what I'm saying? Like pimps, hoes, criminals, like, I wouldn't say criminals, but gangsters and all type of shit. But he's just shedding a light on these people, and he's interviewing them. He's interviewing these prostitutes and shit. And this nigga was interviewing a prostitute who didn't have no feet. Bitch got into some kind of altercation and got her feet chopped off. But she's still selling pussy. And niggas is nasty, dog. We out here hitting hoes with no feet. Like, what that ass look like, though?
I mean, did you show up to fuck her feet?
Man, dog, no feet.
That's just an expansion of that one thing that Cat Williams said.
What did he say?
The history of niggas, nobody was caring if your shoes or if your toes matched your finger.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
That's not what we're looking
Like,
for.
and I can give a fuck less if you take your clothes off and your bra don't match your panties. Like, I don't care nothing about that. How did that ass look in them panties? First off, I don't care if it ain't got to match. But old girl ain't had no feet, bro. And I was like, we nasty, than a motherfucker. But I'm like, it's genius if you pick a bra that ain't got no feet, because it's like you ain't got to buy that bitch no shoes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, but then you can crack jokes if she cool about it, like, oh, bitch, you don't stand for nothing, do you? Bitch ain't had no feet, dog. Could you hit a bra with no feet that was bad than a motherfucker? Bad ass, the whole nine, maybe.
Nah, because I'd be wondering. I mean, it'd be various. Because I'm a brainy type of dude, so I'm constantly like, how did I get here? It's like always like an '80s movie. How did I get here?
How did you arrive? How did I get here? You laying in the bed and old girl is laying down, and you just look down. And you can see your feet, but she ain't got no motherfucking feet. Yeah. You'd back out?
I don't even know if I let it get that far. like once I got, no, you got no feet. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Can I get you something? But I'm not like trying to.
This nigga said he wouldn't. I don't know. That's a controversial subject, man. I don't know.
I mean, whatever. It is what it is. There's somebody for everybody. I'll say that. So I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, oh, no feet?
I wouldn't be able to hit a bitch with no feet. It wouldn't even get there for me. Like, I can't even imagine seeing a bitch on some crutches and like, ooh, look at all that ass. The bitch on crutches. Like, it's debatable. Ass look nice, but the bitch ain't got no feet.
I mean, crutches with feet?
Crutches with no feet.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. The bitch ain't got no feet, so she need crutches. So would you be like,
I figured she had one of those little chairs or something.
Little scooter?
Little scooter.
You can't see the ass then. Like,
True.
the titties look nice, man. Why she in that scooter like that?
She refuses to use a scooter so niggas can see her ass?
She's
She's just out here on fig.
No.
She's out here on fig.
I can't be in no scooter. But she got the walker. Like, I can't be in no scooter because niggas can't see the ass. So I got to be in crutches or the walker. Like, that's.
I mean, I've seen stranger shit on fig, so.
Bro. Oh, Figueroa?
Not that I hang out there or anything.
So the area where the prostitutes hang out at in Detroit is, Michigan Avenue, Plymouth, but mostly Michigan Avenue. And I know because my dad had a car lot on Michigan Avenue. And whenever it was slow, I could just look out the window, bro, and just be entertained. I would see so many exchanges. There was something about watching a dude pull up and then drive off because he was scared and then eventually come back and then she hop in the whip and they go around the corner. I'm like, oh, she got one. She got one. And then she come back, he drive off. I'm like, all day I could just watch that type of shit. It was hilarious. Soft White Underbelly, dope ass show. Man, y'all check that out.
I've seen that on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Soft White Underbelly is a dope ass show.
It was really depressing. I was like, oh man, you guys just wasted all your white privilege.
Yeah, especially, if you white with all that white privilege, I talked about this before. That's why I get pissed when I see white homeless people. Like, my nigga, all you got to do is go in the bank and say, give me money, and they'll give it to you. How are you white and homeless? How are you white and broke? I think that's the ultimate when they be so mad. Them be the main ones that'll call you nigger and be upset. Like, you didn't exercise all those opportunities given to you? Fuck, man. There ain't no way I'd be white and broke or white and homeless.
And yes, before anyone comments, we understand mental health is a thing, but
Yeah. We ain't talking about them crazy niggas, man. We talking about white, sane individual, and you broke and homeless, and you didn't exercise all of that privilege that was given to you.
Even when I was growing up, there always used to be this group of kids in Santa Monica that used to pretend like they were homeless because they thought it was fun.
Really?
Yeah. They'd all, because I always wondered, like, what the fuck is with these kids, right? And then, there's rich kids just come down and beg for money and but getting picked up and, like, by their parents and, like,
Thought that shit was a game.
Just because, I don't know.
Just because they could.
I don't know.
Just because they could. All right, so I'll do a mental health announcement. This is what I feel, because it is an epidemic of people who are homeless and they don't have the mental health. There are some people who want to be homeless because, their mental health is not all the way there. But this is what I'm proposing. That, we talked about this before where Reagan took away a lot of the homes, the crazy homes from people, and just put them out on the street. I really feel like we need to have those homes and people need to be in them, get on medication, and start working their way into implementing into society based on certain medications. Because a lot of the things that we criminalized people for was really mental health stuff. They criminalized us in the 80s for the crack epidemic instead of recognizing it as a mental health concern. So now you got all these white people out here on meth and shit. And, it's a mental health crisis. So, yeah, okay. I feel like we need homes for some of the homeless that start to address their mental health concerns. And then as you start taking the medication and going through certain things of mental therapy, you're able to integrate more into society based on how you behave on that. So, yeah, that's my mental
can we
health.
laugh a little bit more, though, and then start?
You said laugh a little bit more? What you mean?
I'm sorry. I just, as somebody who grew up in LA and having to deal with your whole life, people talking shit about crack epidemic and assuming because you're black.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of enjoying
Yeah,
it.
let's let the shit ride out. Maybe like 4 more years of us being able to laugh at you white motherfuckers and then put them in, because y'all talk so much shit about us for how long? 10 plus years? Fucking crackheads. Look at those niggers.
Where's your bootstraps?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Toughen up a little bit. So this plan that I'm talking about, let's implement it in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to deal with this shit for a little while, because we was from 82. When you think crack popped off? 82, 83?
I don't know.
Like 82 to probably, it was a good 15 years, man, to mid-90s. And then that 94 crime bill is what set everything off. When they criminalized the shit out of you, if you got caught with a rock, you got way more time than somebody who got powder cocaine. So, yeah. Did you hear about these?
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Joe Biden. Yeah, that's the nigga y'all voted for. He was the main guy behind that 94 crime bill, which mandatory minimums for niggas.
I voted for him, too. All right?
Yeah.
But I should also say I'm a big believer in that if you build a strong enough community, whatever the fuck the federal government does doesn't affect you.
Dog, say that again?
If you build a strong enough community, whatever the federal government does doesn't really sway you.
Facts.
If you look at some of the most wealthy and connected communities, whatever fucking happens at the federal level doesn't really sway what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they have enough locally, they're not reliant on federal shit.
Absolutely.
But everybody in the city, like, is, when the feds do something, it affects us somehow.
See that? And see, another thing too, me and Langston cool. Not only because me and him both got old names, but also that our political preference and who we voted for doesn't sway our relationship. Y'all need to quit that bullshit. You voted for this person, you voted for, now we can't be cool. You fucking kidding me, man? I don't know, bro. I don't like that shit.
I'm like 99% with you.
Yeah. Tell me about that 1%.
You just got, from my perspective, you just got some straight up traitors, motherfuckers. So I'm like, that's what team you're on. You're just on the fuck everybody except for you team. Okay.
You know what I don't like is I don't like people that are extremist with their views.
Yes.
Okay, if you're a Biden supporter, if you voted for, I wouldn't even say that. If you voted Democrat, okay, cool. If you voted Republican, okay, cool. But if you're an extremist, if you worship that, if you put that the end all be all, like, it's all Democrat, it's crazy Democrats out here, dog. It's crazy Republicans too. You can't be an extremist.
Facts.
That's my problem. Like, I don't give a fuck who this nigga voted for.
Actually, I think that would be a more accurate description of what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Is if you're, because there's people on the quote unquote liberal side, I'm like, man, if somebody don't choke you the fuck out.
Dog.
Like,
Dog. Do you see some of these new laws? Now, what I'm not a fan of, honestly, is some of these new laws that's coming. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. Like, Newsom just signed this law, which I think is dope, that protects rap artists. Like, it says your rap lyrics, they can't convict you on rap lyrics until there's a judicial review, which I agree with, because I don't think art should be judged. I also don't think when Jihad come in here, me and him gonna talk about it in the next few weeks. If you dumb enough to rap about this shit you're doing now, you an idiot. If you doing some whole shit now and you talking about like shot 8 niggas yesterday, like I don't agree with that. But if it's some shit you did, or maybe you didn't even do it, because a lot of NWA, a lot of Ice Cube shit was him talking about what he saw around him. It wasn't what he was actually doing. Like, he was the only one I think had both parents in the house, and he was the one that had brought a lawyer to the table to sign that deal with NWA. Like, Ice Cube had his shit together. He was rapping about what he saw. But I just don't like the idea of judging art. You can't walk into a museum and pull a photo, pull a picture down and, you know, picking it apart. It's art. So I like this new law that they got in place. Did you hear about it?
yeah, and I'm torn, because I'm like, if you're dumb enough to tell on yourself, that's just natural selection. Like, I don't, you
That's
know
how
what
I
I'm
feel.
saying?
But I do feel it should be a judicial review. They need to look at, now, if you got shit in your life that lines up with what you saying, like, wait a minute, this nigga said he killed 6 people
At
on
9:59
La Brea
at the
yesterday.
7-Eleven, I was, you know what I'm saying?
And then they found out it was 6 niggas dead on La Brea yesterday. Like, oh shit, okay, well, it lines up. It's got to be judicial review. But you just take my lyrics.
I mean, I'm with you on that. Just like not being able to just take lyrics, because if that's the case, you got how many fucking metalheads you got to throw up for how many fucking bodies they've supposedly dismembered and
That's
all
what
the
I'm
rest
talking about.
So I mean,
I like that point, because I don't see them doing it for. Are they doing this same process in rock and roll?
yeah, I'm just saying, as somebody who dabbles in death metal, these niggas are off the chain. So like, how are you gonna come after rap lyrics, but these dudes are basically cosplaying mass murderers? Like,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I mean, if you think about it, so
Yeah.
it's just like, but at the same time, it's like, niggas, can y'all stop being so stupid?
Quit talking about that shit. I think they don't do it for rock lyrics, because you can't be understanding what them white boys is yelling. What did he say? I don't know. That nigga just yelling shit. And then when you read the lyric thing, it's like, oh, you just shot 80 people yesterday. Like, oh, that's what the fuck he was yelling? But they do need it. If you're going to pick apart rap lyrics, you need to pick apart all music then. That's how I feel. But he did pass that law. I like that. But Newsom signed the law that I don't agree with. It's the SB 107, where if you are a minor in another state that won't allow you to get gender reaffirming surgery, you can move here as a minor to California and be protected by certain laws and shit. And I'm like, a minor getting reaffirming surgery, to me, that, like, I'm a dad with kid. I got minors. I just feel like this is just some shit you too young to do. Like, you got to wait till you 18 to get a tattoo. So how the fuck can you chop your dick off at 12, 13?
You know, Charlie, while I normally support reaffirming surgeries and all that shit, I gotta agree with you 100%. Like,
For a minor?
like, dress like a boy, dress like the sex that you want. You know, but just the surgery part, that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because it's like you haven't fully grown yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't, so it just seems like you're.
I don't fucking understand it. And Jihad was telling me this the other day. I can't wait till he on the show. But he said they are releasing prisoners who were incarcerated under the age of 24. Like, if you was 19 and you committed some type of crime and they gave you 20 years, now they're starting to release, because there's new studies coming out showing that if you are, you know, under the age of 24, then your mind is not fully developed to have made those type of decisions. So now we have to do lesser sentences. So if you can do that for the criminals, how can you say a kid that's 12 years old has the mind to make the decisions on what type of sexuality they want to have? I just don't agree.
No, I mean, that is a great example of a contradicting policy, because on the one hand, you're saying these people's minds aren't developed enough to make these decisions, but then at the same time, but these kids are.
These kids,
like, that doesn't.
Like, Timmy wants to chop off his hot dog. He's 12. Let's let him do it.
Let's let him move here and protect him by the state. You know, you have to use the
fucking
state to protect
insane.
him. I mean,
Insane. So in Alabama, if you are a parent that is trying to allow your child to get gender reaffirming surgery, you can be subject to prison time
oh, well, fuck them rednecks. So.
and abuse, which it is kind of abuse to a certain degree. You're going to let your son chop his penis off? So if you in Alabama and you want to get your child gender reaffirming surgery, and then you get brought up on charges, you can flee Alabama and come to California and be protected from whatever Alabama is trying to do to you.
I mean,
As an adult and a child.
Charlie, it's Alabama. I'm just intrinsically like, fuck them. So, so it's hard to.
Hey,
side
dog, I
with
don't
the
know,
state
man.
of
I don't agree.
Alabama.
I like the Bible Belt, my nigga. I like that they kind of, but they can be kind of extreme to some degree. 10 years is kind of. Wait a minute, you want to let your son chop his dick off? 10 years, bitch.
Shit.
That's, I don't know. That's a little extreme, but I agree with the policy. You shouldn't be.
I would
what
be
time-
questioning the parent. Like, really?
Facts.
Like, really, dude?
Really, you gonna let your daughter?
Yeah.
Like, come on, you let your daughter. She's 16. She want to chop her titties off, and get a beard.
I just feel like that's something that they need to decide once they hit 18 for
Once you hit
themselves.
18, once you become an adult, like if you got to wait till you 18 to get tattoos, like make that shit even across the board.
I'm not even allowed to drink until I'm 21.
I can't even
Like,
drink till I'm 21. I can't drive till I'm 16. It's just like there's certain things that are age appropriate, but you letting this is why I choose truth over popularity. I realize that this is why, maybe some comedy clubs won't let me perform and why some shit happens the way it happens, because it's just like
Are they really that hoish out here?
They are incredibly hoish. I went to a show not too long ago that I had been sending out my tape to be on. And I just went to the show like, let me just pop in and see the caliber of comedians. I couldn't believe what the fuck I was seeing, dog. And I know humor is subjective, right? But I was like, y'all niggas not letting me up? But this is why I got to do my own shit. I got my own show at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach every first Sunday. But one of the reasons I have to do my own shit is because I'm vocal about what I believe, what my opinion. Because this is how I feel. Me and Langston don't have the same views on everything. But what makes the dynamic dope is you can't have a battery unless there's a positive and a negative. You need both. You can't walk around on the planet without gravity, something pulling you down. Without gravity, we just floating around. So you got to have an opposing viewpoint. But if you're the type of person that wants to eliminate all opposing views, you're a fucking weirdo. You're a weirdo. You got to have opposing views for yours to be stronger, and you got to be able to be open to dialogue to understand where that other person's coming from. And it's like, oh, I can understand. I may not agree, but at least I can have a conversation with you like a human being.
Yeah, but you're like one of the few religious people I can actually talk to without it turning into some bullshit.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? It's like, it's very interesting because it's like it was like we were going to, like last week. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just talking as much as possible, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to trying to listen. And that's one thing when we have conversations, I think we're genuinely listening to what the other person is saying and trying to be like taking it in and be like actually thinking about it versus, yeah, like you said, a lot of times it's just.
Motherfuckers don't listen. That person's another human being. And and I feel like I got relationship with God, but I don't know if I consider myself to be religious. I love the Bible. I have a relationship with God, but I feel like it's the religious people that have given Christianity a bad name, where it's just like, oh, you're doing that, and you can't even get words out or not even want to have a discussion with somebody else. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I had to make the switch in reference to my relationships with women. Man, it got so much better for me when I looked at that woman as a human being first, and then a woman second. And then once that, now I can have relationships with all women because it ain't sexual all the time. It ain't nothing weird because it's like, if that person's a human being first,
Right.
then a woman second. And if I have that mindset with everybody that I cross paths with, no matter what their ethnicity, no matter what their sex, that's a human being first. You ever hear two people talking and everybody, like the other person's just waiting on their turn to speak? Or it's just like they cutting that person off, and it's like, man, that's not a conversation between two humans. That's not respectable at all. and I don't tolerate that shit. But I feel like
every movie set I've been on.
yeah. Anyway, Langston, we don't have to listen to him. He's got an old name. Anyway, let's bring Charles in, another nigger with an old name.
Yeah, 30 by the way.
I feel like I'm chosen though, Langston. I feel like I'm chosen because, you know, like you said, I do like listening to another person's point of view. I do like having dialogue. I don't like shoving my viewpoint down somebody else's throat. Like just like I told y'all in the beginning, if you don't like real talk, just tune out. Just cut it off. You don't have to stay in and listen. I'm just another nigga putting out content on YouTube like everybody else. Only difference is I'm a real nigga. A lot of them other ones are just winning off being consistent, but they some hoe ass niggas in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give you real content, and then I got a resume to prove it. Like I actually accomplished some shit before I came out here on YouTube. Like I ain't begging for y'all subs because I need this recognition or fame. Fuck fame. Did you know before the 90s, like a lot of motherfuckers now is famous for being famous, but before the 90s, fame was a byproduct of being good at something. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody had to say it.
For real. And it was a byproduct that most motherfuckers hated. They was good at sports. I think Mike Tyson, good at acting or comedy or whatever. They were so good at it that they were now famous because of that. Now motherfuckers out here, now these YouTube and all this other shit, you famous for being famous. What the fuck are you good at, nigga? You good at being consistent? You a bitch in real life.
I mean, I kind of went off on Instagram the other day because I'm like, 90% of these quote unquote film channels are just salty niggas that have don't have the balls to pick up a camera and actually try and shoot something.
Dog,
but
shoot
I gotta
something.
listen to them talking about this is the worst decision ever, and why do you have 1 million views on some shit that you've never even attempted
You
in
got
your
a
life?
million views on criticizing somebody else creating art. Just get out there and create. Go out, do something. Like, I don't know. That's why I commend people who actually do shit. Like you're actually an actress. You're or actor. You actually get on stage and do comedy. You actually make music. You actually, not only even in entertainment, you're actually like great at repairing motors. You're great at what you do. You become famous for being great at what you do. I have another level of respect for you. You know, there's certain things I know I'm good at. I know I'm good at building businesses. I know I built $1 million business. I know I'm good at flipping houses. I know I'm good at being an actor. I've booked several roles. I know I'm good at being a comedian. I can make a room full of strangers laugh, and I've been doing it for years. There's things that I know that I'm good at. I'm not just here in front of the camera like, oh, I just really hope I can become a famous YouTuber just because I'm being consistent and be famous. Nigga, fuck you. If you don't like it, turn my shit off. And I'm not about to buy no subscribers or none of that other shit, man. If you like real shit, subscribe. If not, get the fuck off.
Don't turn off. Keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching. Keep watching. And I need encouragement from people around. Look, let me tell you what happened at a show. I can't give no time frame. I was running a show one time, and it was, attached to a corporate environment. I was running a comedy show at this place. And I've been running comedy shows at several places for years, so don't try to figure out when this happened. All I'm going to tell you is that I book my own comedians, and in some cases I either get the whole door or a portion of the door, right? Meaning ticket sales. That's only, I ain't one of them comedians that's like, well, let me just show up for like $50, man. Oh, no, nigga, I need half the door, I need money. So I'm doing this show at this place, and I already got the roster set, Langston. It's just a full, we already said. And then at the last minute, they was like, oh, we're going to add somebody to your show. And I'm like, I don't like that. You trying to bump somebody off that I got coming from out of town to put this nigga on that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, we got to do it because yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I get there. They put this nigga on the show. But what I did is I made sure my guy that came from out of town got his time. Like, look, y'all going to put this person on. It's just going to be a longer show, which I don't agree with, but I'm not bumping my guy off. So I had to fight for my dude. But I made dude go up first that I didn't know. You and me first one. Man, this nigga got up, dog. He's a gay dude, which I don't mind. But all his jokes is him talking about getting fucked and liking chocolate nuts. And it's my show, which means that the people that I've picked, it's a show that the point of view, it just all rolls. Like, I don't mind you being gay, but it's just like your comedy is based on your sexuality. That would be like me getting up there talking about fucking hoes all day. as a straight man. Let me tell you what it's like to be a straight man, man. I be fucking all the bitches. That ain't my comedy. But this nigga, all his jokes was about getting hit and sucking. I was just like, man, I can't believe. So all my people around me was like, Charlie, don't say nothing. Just it's cool. I was like, no, fuck that. And it wasn't even in my turn in the lineup because I had somebody hosting my show. Right after he got done, I took the stage. I just need to let y'all know I don't know that nigga. This is my show. And they put him on here. I don't know this nigga, man. I don't know the gay dude, you know. So I just need to let y'all know. And then off the stage, they was like, why did you do that, man? You should have. I had to, dog. This is my show. I got a room full of people, most of them that I've invited. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have a problem with him being gay, but I had a problem with them adding him to my show. I got a problem with agenda. I think that's what it is. I don't like agenda. And when I'm watching a movie and then all of a sudden they talking about the Ford Explorer 40 times in the movie, that's agenda. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. If I'm watching a movie and then all of a sudden it's just like, you know, it'd be a good idea? 2 niggas fucking in this scene right here. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Let's just do it. That's agenda. I don't like it. Just let the shit flow and be real. I don't like agenda. I got hit with agenda. How long we been going? We probably need to bring the guest on pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
You'll cut me off?
Well,
let me talk about why I feel like I'm chosen first, and then we'll go to the guest.
All right.
I feel like I'm chosen because I choose truth over popularity no matter what. I almost died I don't know how many times. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I'm chosen. I talked to my mom the other day, and she said she almost lost me, which I didn't know. She was like, yeah, I threatened a miscarriage. I was in bed for 6 weeks, bleeding. I almost lost you. I was like, what? So you mean tell me I almost died before I touched down? Almost died in the womb. Man, thank you, Mom, for sitting in the bed for 6 weeks and having me. She said she passed out on the floor. She woke up on the floor at work in the bathroom. Don't know how long she was there. And that's when they told her, like, you're bleeding internally. You get ready to lose your son. You know what I'm saying? So thanks, Mom, for sitting in the bed. The enemy been trying to take me out for a long time. I got hit by a car when I was 15. I had cancer when I was 16. 2 surgeries, 8 months of chemo. I got shot when I was 23. And then one of the most recent is I was driving my car on the 10. It broke down. I had to pull over and stop and go traffic. I'm sitting in the car. I called AAA. I'm waiting on them to come get me. And I heard the Holy Spirit in my ear loud and clear. Get out of this car. I'm in there 20 minutes. Get out. I call an Uber. I get out the car. Man, by the time AAA delivered my car, it looked nothing like how it was when I left it. Somebody had hit it doing 80 miles an hour on the side of the road, knocked it all the way up on the curb against the wall. By the time they brought it to me, it was total. And I was like, dude, when he dropped my car off, I was like, man, whose car is this?
Wrong house, sir.
Wrong house. He was like, no, man, somebody hit your car and they tried to run and the police had to catch him and blah, blah, blah. And he gave me all the police report information. But when I looked at that car, Langston, if I would have stayed in there, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you right now. That's how bad it was. I'm telling y'all, I'm chosen. Thank you, God, for protecting me, for real. But I'm here to spread truth. I ain't here to be popular. I don't care about the praise of men. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the real. You know, I'm the virtual big homie. And everything that I say, you ain't got to subscribe to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I ain't doing it just for you to like me. I'm going to be 100. So, yeah, man, I think we're going to bring on the guest. We're going to have an exciting time after Urinate as well.
Thank you once again for tuning into my channel. I just want to let you guys know I've got some exciting news. I moved to LA. I know, it's crazy, right? I moved to LA for the people that don't know me, I moved from Utah, my home state. I know, there are some black people there. Anyways, so I changed my name to Jamerica. It used to be Kakisha, because I didn't want it to be so like, you know, I wanted to kind of fit in here. So anyways, my name is now Jamerica. I'm going to be changing all of that, you know. You'll see, don't worry. But it's still me. I had to sell my car. People out here are like very subconscious about the air. So no more carbon footprint for me. Also, no more meat. I'm not eating meat anymore. I am only eating things that don't move. So I'm organic. Yay! Okay. I'm organic now, guys. Okay, so also I got me a personal trainer. He'll be here later on today. His name is Tyrone, and he is certified in a bunch of different things. I didn't really read because there's like a lot of letters and numbers and stuff like that. So I'm sure he'll tell me what he's like really his specialty. I also got a camera guy. He's here. Come here. Come say hi.
I don't do that.
Okay, sorry. The cameraman is camera shy. Can you guys believe that? Anyways, so Tyrone will be here soon. I'm going to have you guys follow us behind the scenes. And you guys tell me what you think about the new me. Kakisha is gone. Jamaica's here. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, subscribe, worship, Cash App. Bye. All right, cut. All right, guys, so we're still waiting for Tyrone. Something about his motorcycle. So he should be here soon. He said his bike, so I'm assuming he has like a Cross Rocket or a Harley or something.
He's in the shot right there.
He's in the shop?
Right there in the shot behind you.
The shot. Lance, get out of the shot. You're in the shot, bro. What are you doing?
I apologize.
Don't apologize. Be ready. Learn your lines.
Okay.
Relax. Take a deep breath. Learn your lines. If you keep messing up, we're gonna do this all day.
Please
You want to do
forgive.
this all day?
I apologize.
God, read your lines. Oh. Hey, hi guys. So we're still waiting for Tyrone. He should be here soon. I'm so excited. I'm ready to work out. I've got my little outfit on. Do you guys want to see my little outfit? Oh, I'll do a getting ready with me video a little bit later on tomorrow. Damn, I keep telling you, you just messed it all up. Now I gotta redo that take.
I apologize. I was just trying to prepare. I didn't realize I was in the shot.
Dude, you need to know where the camera is at all times. Do you want to do this?
We're still rolling.
Jamaica,
Do you want me to make you a star?
I can't handle if you're going to yell at me during the scene.
World star.
This makes me emotional, and I just can't take it. I've already prepared. Listen, I watched Minister Society all week to prepare. I'm O-Dog.
Okay.
There's certain ways you have to talk to O-Dog. I don't appreciate that.
Listen, is O-Dog gonna make you famous? Do you want to be YouTube famous? Do you want to be Instagram famous?
I'd love to.
Okay.
I need likes.
Okay, you need likes.
I need likes.
Exactly. Likes are what feed us.
It's true. I can't earn money without likes.
You can't. This is going to help you with your self-esteem. I promise you.
I need it. You just tell me what you need from me, and I'm there for you.
All right.
Still rolling.
Let's go. You ready to get this?
I am.
Toughen up.
Can you give me a hug, please?
No hugs. You're all sweaty and shit. No. Toughen up.
All right, guys, so Jamaica's back. I got my resistance bands, my alkaline water. We're waiting for Tyrone. Oh, I also have my yoga mat just in case he wants to do some stretching afterwards. So I'm so excited. Don't get my feet. Don't get my feet. Don't get my feet. I've got some shoes that we're gonna try out later on today. I might do a little get ready with me for later. Oh, Tyrone's here. Tyrone's here. Tyrone's here.
What the hell you doing with these rubber bands, man? What is this? You don't need this. You got this damn water in this. What is this? We doing real workouts out here. You got me out here in this yard. I don't know what the hell this is. You're supposed to be doing squats. Do some squats right now. What the hell is your problem? Get down and give me 20 squats.
All right, cut. You're
Honey.
spitting on me and shit. What are you doing, Lance? Why are you coming in so hot?
What do you mean? You asked me to come in. You said you wanted me to be stronger. What do you mean?
Dude, you are. Can you read? Can you read?
I did. I read the script. What are you saying?
Then why are you on page 4 of the script? We are rehearsing page 3. You're on page 4. You came in too hot, bro. You
sorry.
came in here too hot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
This is my life, man. Don't you get it? You came in here, you didn't lube up. Here, get. We need you lubed up.
More oil?
Lubes for like.
Okay, more oil.
Take them drawers off. Take them off.
You want me to take my underwear off?
Take them off. We want to see your print.
I'm sorry.
Go.
Okay. All right.
Golly, man. This is my life, bro.
All right, since you want to use these bands,
Okay.
which I can't really stand them, but
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You want to use these bands, you step here, stick your ass out,
Okay.
look up. 1, you got to get a pump, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You get down, then you do a pump. You feel me?
Okay.
All right, let
All
me
right.
see you
Okay.
do one.
So I'll try it. Thank you.
Yep.
Like this far?
Step
Okay.
on it.
Okay. I'm on it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Squat.
Oh, like
Ass
this?
out.
Okay, it's out.
Poke it out.
Okay.
Look up to the sky.
Okay.
Down, You come up.
Okay.
Ass out. Way up.
All the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing it right?
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. You down. Right. Come up. All right. We'll go down again. Yep. Then all the way up. Yeah. Good work. Real good work. You
Cut.
did real good.
Now you're smacking my ass. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Don't touch me.
What are you talking about?
Don't touch me.
I specifically remember there's a part in the script that says there's a physical action that takes place right after she does a stretch. That's what it
Physical,
says.
meaning physical, not touching me.
No, there's
Dude,
a
you trying to catch a case? Another one? Get
Here's
the
the
script.
Right there. Line 3. Physical action after she does the squat.
Dude,
you wrote it in there. I mean, jeez.
Are you throwing my script in my face now right now, bro? Give me. I don't give a f- about that. You still got your drawers on? Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to get it. Go. Go. Get out of here.
Will we shoot next week still?
Man,
or-
bye. God dang, I'm never gonna get another actor on Craigslist again. I promise, I promise. Oh. All right, guys. So, he had to leave prematurely, but he'll be back. We're gonna get some really good footage next week. And I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this really, really hot workout. I'm so hot. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower now and do another get ready with me. I'm gonna do something else later today. That's fun. In LA. Mwah. Bye. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
But tell me about the event with the gown and shit. You was going into that story.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
And
so, do you need me closer to the mic?
Yeah,
How close do
Get
I
it
need
closer
to
to
be?
your mouth.
Oh shit.
Get it closer to your fucking mouth.
Get it closer to your fucking mouth.
Yeah, do it. Fucking do it.
Fucking yeah, you're so
Fucking- I want to hear that story.
So okay, so
Scoot that, pull that mic back closer. You can sit
Can I
back,
just
but
sit?
just yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Is that right, Langston? Or should I?
That's fine.
Is it in the way of your?
That's fine.
That's cool. Yeah. I want to hear the gown story.
Okay, so I'm terrified, right? Because I've never done anything like this. I've never done a short film. I had never been to like a
And you were hosting this event.
No. I was in a short film.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I don't know how it works with film festivals and all that stuff, but I don't know if it was submitted. I don't know how we got there,
Right.
but we ended up in this short film at this film festival. It's a weekly film festival that is led up by this guy named Dave Brown. So he does it at the Chinese Theater, TCL Chinese Theater over in Hollywood.
That one place.
It's that one place. But anyways, it's a. So I took my date, which was Alexis Red, of course, because I mean, that's my nigga.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And we get to like watch our film. We get to watch this short film that we did on the big screen, like in the
shit.
theater. And
She
I'm
was immediately a star in the room after that motherfucker hit the screen.
I'm immediately freaking the fuck out because I'm like, whoa, I didn't strap that apparatus properly that day.
Oh wee.
So I'm like, I hope that these motherfuckers.
Was your frame? Your frame was out. The apparatus.
The apparatus, my nigga.
The helmet.
The helmet. Because I don't pay attention to this shit. I just be moving and bobbing and weaving. I'm not vain and always trying to. But so I remember specifically very many times that I was. Oh, sorry. That I was adjusting that motherfucker.
Like the LeBron top.
It was
You
it was
adjusting that unit?
if you're if you are a fan. So Langston and I, because it happens all the time. If you're a fan of RoboCop, we call it our Detective Murphy. So that's how I look without like when you have the skull cap on, that the wig cap thing, and then there's all this forehead.
Detective Murphy.
Detective Murphy.
Hilarious,
So when
the visual is outstanding.
Yo, but if you Google this shit up and you see that nigga got like a contour, like it looks just like me.
Oh shit.
So whenever my apparatus is
Your top goes back. I like my beat down low and my top let back. See me riding 24s. See, motherfuckers don't know how silly you are. You know what I'm saying? But we know.
Right.
But it's like you one of the realest motherfuckers, man. Let everybody know who you are for those who don't know.
Oh, what? I'm organic Charlene in this bitch.
Nigga.
Wait, am I supposed to look here or there or there?
This
or
is your
here?
camera.
This is you right here.
Oh, so this is where I'm supposed
This
to be
one
looking?
or this one?
Or this one. See, this is why.
This one's me. It's right on my crotch too. This one here.
Okay, well,
straight
I
up
mean,
you.
so
Crotch.
let me tell you the rest of the story.
Yeah, give me more.
So,
give me more.
So Red was with me, and it was just like super exciting. So we get to watch a couple of other people's films, you know, the short films before
Right.
ours came on, and it was cool because I recognized so many people in the community, in the YouTube community, and I'm like, wow, these are people I work with. This is so cool, right?
Right.
But after the end of each, you know, short film, they bring the cast on stage to have a question answer period.
Oh, you had to hit the stage to answer them questions.
I
In that
was
gown,
like,
in
I
that flowing gown.
told Red, I'm not going up there. Oh, fuck no. She looked at me and gave me the best color purple speech I've ever had in my fucking life. Red turned into an old Negro spiritual woman. You better go up there.
You know how many of your ancestors died for you to vote, nigga? You go up there and you do your thing.
Red said, you face your fears. And, I mean, she Harriet Tubman me. I mean, I'm telling you. So,
Straight up.
yeah, she
You
was.
freed them niggas on the railroad after she told you that shit. Shout out to you, Alexis.
Thank
Red.
you, Alexis Red.
You the assistant pimp to Harriet Tubman. She put baby powder on your hands for you.
She gave me the speech. So when it was our turn, I was like, fuck, I am freaking out. But I have this gown on, I have this beautiful flowing locks, and I have this, you know.
You was
this,
royal in that.
This, because now, did I forget to mention that our short film out of, I think there were 6, got a standing ovation. Yeah,
Congrats.
so it was really
Congrats.
cool. So going on stage, and I'm nervous and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to, like, I've never done, this is nerve-wracking, but I'm like, well, the show must go on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a character, so what the fuck am I gonna do? So I walked down the stairs, and then I walked down the little aisle, and now there's some steps that go up on the stage. And I look at all these men around me, and I put my hand out.
Yeah.
And they escorted me up.
There you go.
Escorted me up the stage.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
And people were laughing and clapping. Yeah, this is how you treat a lady.
Right, right.
Yeah.
20 old ass niggas can get over
yeah.
it.
And so then I got up there, and then at the end, people were, you know, they were asking people to, you know, kind of plug their
Yeah.
handles. Okay, this is, you know, I'm blah 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 at gmail.com, because these are actors. This is their life. This is what they're here to do.
Oh shit.
To see these other, because there's directors in the audience, there's screenwriters. This is legitimately where people want to be, and I'm just like, like, where's Waldo? I'm like, just oh, you want me to do this? Okay, like, you know. So they're serious about their shit.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So what do? When it came to my turn, I just said, you know, I gave my handles, Organic Charlene, you know, on YouTube. I said, you know, it's on YouTube. It's on, you know, Instagram. And then I said, it's on OnlyFans.
Yes. Eye contact.
And
Niggas
the
pay.
audience was like, oh, people were like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah, niggas.
Yeah,
doing that
nigga.
shit too,
Because
right?
guess what? That's what pays the bills.
Let's get to the
You,
money.
you want to get to the money? Like, let's be real.
This niggas going to OnlyFans right now. The niggas ain't got no pants on. They're
No,
like,
and that's
"I'm
okay.
OnlyFans."
That's what it's for.
They
When
wanna
people
spank out.
when people tell me, "Wow, I jacked off to the video of you talking shit," that to me is more attractive than a person telling me, "Oh, I jacked off to, you know, pictures of your feet." Like,
Yeah, that's a nasty.
Like,
me and him was talking about that earlier. Like, man, this bitch is out here with no feet. It's prostitutes out here with no feet and shit. So niggas can't jack off to their feet.
they
So
can't even jack off to their feet. But if they're into feet, they wouldn't have paid attention to that one anyway. So
Right.
they don't even exist. They search for feet. They have a feet radar, my nigga. Like,
I can't believe this bitch didn't have no feet.
right? Like, what?
Bitch got crutches walking
Right.
around, man.
Yeah.
Just so she can show the ass, but no feet. Look, I want to give you your flowers real quick because I love your level of humility. You got this great balance between humility and authority. You said, I'm up there with people who do this. They're like actors, and I'm up there like, Me and him was talking about this earlier. Before the 90s happened, like the Paris Hilton, Kardashian age, before that, you were actually famous for being good at something.
Right.
You got to be good at something. You know what I'm saying? And you're actually good at what you do. You don't give yourself credit. You're an excellent actress. You know what I'm saying? Your comedic timing is unparalleled. Like you're writer, producer, creator. Like you got all of these talents. You don't lean on your beauty as a currency,
Right.
which to me is irritating. Like my daughters are beautiful, but I was always on them from the beginning. Like, no, you're not about to be one of them chicks that lean on your beauty as a currency. You recognize what you have, but you're talented. You give yourself some credit. See, man, y'all got to check her
See, my
out.
nipple just fell out as he was talking. Did you see that? That shit.
You give her compliments, and then the nipples just
the nip slips.
they just start going towards the compliments. Like, who's that saying that? You talented than a motherfucker. You just I need you to just give yourself some credit. You were supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that film was probably A1 because you was in it doing your thing. You're an excellent actress. And that's my thing, man. Motherfuckers, be famous. Fame is a byproduct of being good at something. Get good at it. And then ultimately when the fame comes, if you a real motherfucker, you like, I want to be out. I don't mind interacting with people. That's cool. But ultimately, I want a private moment too. You should have balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I'm not interested in fame or anything. I'm interested really just in the fun of it. It's so fun.
It is.
Like, it's so fun to make people laugh or to have a person like I get recognized a lot. It is outrageous, not just in LA, like all over the country. And
That's dope.
insane because it's
dope.
so much love and it's just.
Let me ask you, what kind of person are you? Do you put paper on the toilet seat in public before you sit down, or you just raw dog it?
No, fucking put toilet paper. Toilet paper, it depends.
Or ass gasket.
It depends.
Toilet paper or ass gasket?
It depends because sometimes it depends on the bathroom. If it's a nice clean bathroom, right? Of course, I'm going to always put, if it's available, I'm going to put down a toilet seat or something, but I'm still going to squat.
You gonna squat down?
Yeah.
Okay.
The coochie, because see, this is the thing that
The coochie splashback?
it's the splashback. And then of course you go to those toilets that flush automatically and it's like, I'm not finished.
Yeah.
And then they splash back, but you don't know what is splashing up first.
Right. And it's too much
So it's
heat.
not just yours.
There's too much
It's
heat
not
coming.
just yours splashing back though.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Other motherfuckers is
Exactly. So I'm always gonna put the toilet seat thing down
and squat down.
and then
just in
squat.
case.
Just in
Hot boxing.
case.
Hot boxing with Charlene. Hot boxing with Charlique.
Charlique.
Hot
Now,
boxing with Charlique.
Charlique. that's
Charlique is
whole
gonna have a
different-
problem on job interviews.
She don't have a problem with it.
Charlique?
It says Charlique. Charlique. Dog, I gotta tell that story. I gotta tell that story. So it's we went to this place to eat, and you got to give your name, and then they tell you your order and shit, right? And I was in there like, let's give some fake names, fuck it, so because they have to scream and announce them, right? And then I forgot what I put for my name, but for hers I put Charlique.
His fake name was Charles.
Yeah, it was Charles.
Charles.
It didn't even make sense. So the lady, when she's got to say our order, she's just like looking at the sheet like, Charles? And me and her cracking up laughing. And then I'm like, I can't wait for her to get to Charlene's name. And it was like, Charlique? She didn't even say it with her octave was so weak. And then she said it again, Charlique? And then we in the booth crying like, and then she immediately knew like, oh, these fuckers.
She knew she was able. She looked at us and was like, "You motherfucking niggers!"
That bitch was burgundy in the face.
But listen, you forgot to mention that she was heavily accented.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget, it wasn't just like a Charlique. No, it was first she said Charles.
Yeah.
And then she said Charlie. And I go, are you saying, and I'm a bitch, right? I'm like, are you saying Charles or Charlie?
You did get it repeated. That's when I fell out. I can't hear you. I can't.
Whose order?
She's Charles.
And that's what she.
In tears. I'm gonna have a tendency to set shit up. I'll set up a play, and then when it starts playing out, I get embarrassed and want to leave because you was doing the most to that bitch, and I was like.
Hey, and when she realized what we were doing, man, she was like, all right, y'all, you got me. That's the last motherfucking
The look
time
on
you're
her
going to
face.
get me, you motherfucking niggers.
That shit was everything. Okay, so you put paper on the seat.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you another question. First date, you sitting on dude's couch and y'all having a conversation, and you got a fart brewing in your stomach. And it's one that you know is gonna make a lot of noise. You gonna pop it off or go to the bathroom? That motherfucker is
What
it's
ends
right
up-
at your asshole. It's one of them that's like, oh shit, if I don't do so, I got to do something. It's pushing.
So me, because by the time it gets to that point,
Yeah.
it's coming anyway. It's like you've already contracted it out. It's brewing. The head is you're
It's piercing the seal.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
breaking the
saying.
seal.
You're already like
Yeah, yeah.
it's coming out. There's no way to stop it. So what I would do is I would just be honest and say, "Hey, nigga, I got a fart." Hey, nigga, that's it. Hey, and then it's gonna be like, "Oh," and I'm gonna be like, "Listen, I don't know if it's gonna stink or not, but I can't sit here and hold this shit.
That's right.
At the end of the day, I will buy you a candle. Just walk away.
I will buy you a candle.
I will buy you a candle. I will light some. I will light whatever."
And then you'll pop it off.
Yeah, because I mean, this is the thing is, and there's a lot of men like I've had a friendship with a gentleman that like really can't stand women's bodily anything.
Oh, okay.
Like he doesn't want to. You can't go to the bathroom in front of him. He doesn't want you to fart in front of him.
And
He
don't
doesn't
shit over
shower.
here.
Right? Like not just don't shit over here.
Go to the 7-Eleven.
You can shit here, but like I don't. The bathroom time is your time. Like you don't need to come in by no taking a shower and all this shit. Right? Just And I respect that shit, but some people are really open. Like I was dealing with this one guy. I'm not gonna name any names because I don't kiss and tell. However, just imagine this scenario. I get there. I'm traveling all day. I get to your door. You open your door. I immediately pull your pants down and give you probably one of the best blowjobs in your fucking life.
Power BJ.
The power, BJ.
And that's the only way it should be.
Just, on some fantasy shit, right? I literally got off the plane, Ubered this pussy to you.
Right.
Delivered this to you, and then ripped your whole soul out.
Yeah.
And then after
you got the shower.
After that,
After you got a shower.
he walks away, literally, like walks away and lets out the nastiest, wettest, the nastiest, wettest, most like rehabilitation of the anus fart. Like I was like, "Are you okay?" It sounded
Ask the nigga, wait, you got the power load out of that nigga, and then you sucked gas out of that nigga. Like he shit his pants. Like I hate it was so good, I shit my pants.
But the kicker is, right, is I don't care that he farted, whatever, but he was like, "Damn, look, this is what you do to me." And I'm like, thinking, damn, the whole time I was blowing this dude, he was holding it a fart. My nigga,
Wait. Did the nigga say, "This is what you do to me"? That nigga said it after he farted. Like, "It's what you do to me. You make me shit my. You stuck my dick so good, I shit it."
Yeah, but get this though. This is what I'm saying though. Like, he had to squeeze.
Yeah, he was holding it the whole time. What you would have did if that nigga would have farted right there?
I'd have been like, "Come on, Nick." I would have been like, first of all, I would have died laughing. I would have laughed so hard, I would have farted.
Yeah.
I probably would have shitted myself, right? And then it would have turned into a whole thing. You want to do some scat play? We can do that, whatever.
Stay your ass down there.
Right.
Smell that fart.
Smell it. And now that's us.
Inhale, that's our thing.
But now that's us.
Yeah.
You can't go back from, don't fart in front of me and trying to hold it in now. So I figure on the first date is the best date to fart.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
If I'm going to fart and we're going to have that relationship where we fart in front of each other, let's get it all. You know what? Let's do a fart date series where, you know what, everyone has to fart on your first date.
Yeah. And it's got to be real. And you judge it. Like,
And
that was weak, nigga. That's
hey,
$5.
let's go ahead and throw on if you decide to move in with someone, you have to have the skid mark test.
Oh yeah.
And you have to have a skid mark.
You know what? That
You
should
have
be like
to have a skid
it should be
mark.
like a general rule book. You moving in with somebody you dating, let's get all that shit out the way. How do your fart sound?
Yeah.
Pop one off right
Pop
now.
one off right now.
Oh, that shit was weak, nigga. You a man farting like that? Let's see them streaks.
No, I want to tell a nigga, get over here, sit down and take a shit.
Yep.
Right now.
You know what I'm gonna be doing? I want to see. Okay, I need to know if I'm gonna be. For
Let
me,
me watch
it's gonna
you
be panty crust. Cause every chick got that whole like it's like on the hot wing paper of the panties. It's that panty crust, and it's like, well, let's see. Since you want to see skid marks, which I got them, what's your panty crust game look like on a one scale of 1 to 10? Like,
What's your
oh
crust
shit,
game? What's your crust game like?
what's your crust game, bitch? You got key lime pie in between your motherfucking legs. Like, what the fuck? Why is that shit beige?
What's your crust game like?
Fuck is your crust game like? You need to see my street game. Let's see that crust
My
game.
point is let's get the gross shit. Because when you move in with someone, right, we all wipe as best as we can. Let's be real,
But
right?
sometimes, you know.
But sometimes there's a runner. There's sometimes, and women, we wear thongs and shit. Like,
A runner? It's a tag along? It's a motherfucker just holding on like, I don't want to let go of this asshole. I only want to be in draw.
only I belong here. This is my home. The draw. Yeah, exactly. So my point is that when women and people don't talk about that shit, but that's some real shit. We wear thongs and shit. We have shit going up our motherfucking. There's a lot, and then there's me. I like to keep my shit really, really, really clean because of those things. However,
You got some crust game?
well, yeah, but my crust game is clean. It's a normal crust. It's normal crust.
It's clean pie.
Yeah, it's a the pH balance is
As it
where
should be.
is as it should be. Yeah.
I just don't like the surprise. I agree with you. Let's get it out the way in the beginning, not the surprise. I got surprised. I was talking to this girl maybe a couple months in the game, and I'm the kind of nigga I'll fart around you in a heartbeat. I ain't holding it. I'll tell you like I'll fart. You know what I'm saying? This shit's probably gonna fucking stink. And and it's loud and it claps out and I'm like, excuse me. I'm just gonna be 100 with you, you know what I'm saying? But I do that because transparency, I feel, is contagious. So if I'm farting, if I'm just giving my all in the beginning, you should too. You know what I'm saying? A few months in, this girl goes and takes a power shit in the bathroom. And I'm hearing the logs hit the water. I was like, what the fuck did this bitch
Shut
eat?
the fuck up.
Look, grunting. I was like, man, what the this?
Wait, the grunt?
And
Wait.
it wasn't nothing crazy. She wasn't in there yelling, but I'm just saying, I heard her. Like, this bitch is taking a lumberjack shit. What the fuck did she eat? And I ain't gonna lie, when she came out the bathroom, I was looking at a little differently at her. Like, the fuck is that coming out of your body? You should have did that in the beginning. Oh. So I think, too, it needs to be a shit test.
So wait, so let me ask you this. So you were, up until this moment, unaware that she actually took shits?
I mean, I knew she
You were
took
unaware?
shits, but not Shaq-sized power shits and make noise at the same
Wait,
time.
what did you think? Do you make noise when you shit?
I mean, I don't grunt.
How do you know? Has anyone ever recorded you? You probably do, Charlie. No. Yes, you do. Everybody does it because it feels so good. You might not grunt, but you moan.
No, that bitch was grunting.
No, I'm saying my point is you call it a grunt, you call it a moan, whatever. But
Probably
you
true.
make noise too while you taking a shit.
I'm
my
just
nigga.
saying I didn't want that. Going back to my point, it should be in the beginning. I didn't want to be surprised. I feel like in the first week, it should be you should take a shit around me. You should fart. I need the panty crust test. It should be all of these things so that I'm not surprised 6 months later. Like, that bitch is in there. What is she in there? Is she dropping pool balls into the toilet?
I know, but those kind of things I think are. They're normal.
They are normal. I wasn't prepared for the sound.
It wasn't. It was
the sound.
the sound.
The soundtrack is what fucked me.
It
up.
was the soundtrack.
I don't mind you taking a shit and it smells, but if there's a soundtrack,
because you heard him hit the water.
I heard them bitches hit the water. I was like, think about it. Your ass is covering the sound barrier. Where if I hear it coming through the porcelain, there's something wrong with your frame. What the fuck are you? You're in there shitting torpedoes.
Yeah, but let's be real. By the time you realized that you could hear her, you listened closer. My nigga, let's not pretend, nigga, that you heard that shit because you were listening.
All right, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between getting a man and keeping a man?
Jesus Christ. what's the difference between getting a man and keeping a man?
Yeah, I think there's a difference.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because I got and kept the first one that I wanted for 20 years.
Talk about that.
So,
and your journey too, because I want people to know you. I love your life story and your experiences off the chain. The difference, getting a man and keeping a man, and you, old Char, new Char, and your just rise to the top to where you are now.
top. This
To
is
the
the top.
top.
Wait.
To
This is the top.
This, to me, I mean, shit, you blowing up and you still going. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't take torpedo shits in the bathroom.
I'm going to do that here. I'm going to do that
locking
here.
them up for
So
the
what I'm going to
bathroom.
do
Take
here.
your ass to 7-Eleven.
No, I'm going to take a torpedo shit here, and then I'm going to forget to flush.
Fuck you.
And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to come back on my period. I'm going to take a torpedo shit.
You're going to have a
drop the tampon in the toilet.
strawberry cream pie crust.
And I'm going to leave it there. It's special for you.
Strawberry crust.
Yeah, special.
Strawberry letter 23. All right. Getting a man, keeping a man. Old Char, new Char. Your journey. All of it.
Wait, okay. Where do you want me to start?
Getting a man, keeping a man. Because your story is you was married for 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You kept him. So what's the difference between getting a man, keeping a man? Is there a difference? And then I want you to go into your journey.
So, I mean, of course, there's a difference between getting a man and keeping one. Either, getting one is, having possession of something. That you got it. Now it's yours.
Right.
But keeping possession of something means that you're not going to drop it, you're going to take care of it.
And you're going to do the things to keep the
So I think you get your man first and then you keep him, right? Those things are collective. So I look at things a little bit differently, when it comes to human, and social
I want to hear it.
relationships. I'm not like typical, you know that.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
So in my journey, I only had one man. And I got that man, and I kept him by making sure that he always knew that he had my support regardless.
That's key.
It wasn't unconditional love, because I don't think that exists.
Right.
For me to another person outside of my children, but he was able to understand that he had to learn how to keep me too. And so for me, getting a man, keeping a man, that's not my issue. That's easy. Y'all niggas are easy. You guys are so fucking easy. It's unbelievable. These bitches talk too much. All right? These bitches talk too much. They don't know how to be submissive. They don't know how to shut the fuck up. Right? They don't know how to take orders. I love it when a man tells me to sit down and shut up. Ooh, please. But niggas won't do it because they know I will probably rip them to shreds. Right? So I don't.
They're not prepared for the commentary?
They're afraid of me. They're intimidated. You would never look at me and tell me to sit down and shut the fuck up.
I ain't intimidated by your motherfucking ass.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Crazy.
Yes, you are. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
I talk to you like a human being, but I ain't intimidated.
Let me tell you why.
What?
Because you value our friendship. That's the intimidation.
Value and friendship and intimidation, two different things.
No. That's the intimidation part of it, right? You don't want to hurt our friendship, so you would never speak to me that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but tying that into intimidation, I don't agree.
How do you not agree?
Intimidation,
Yeah.
intimidated?
Yeah,
That just means that you are.
intimidation is someone that has trepidation on causing an issue, right? Because they don't want no smoke. That's
I feel like
intimidation. You don't want no.
You
You
worship
don't want
that
no.
person's opinion. I feel like if it's intimidation, respecting somebody as a human being to me is not intimidation. But maybe we just have a different definition.
Or maybe the word intimidation has such a negative connotation on it that you think that it's an insult or that it's a critique. But it's no. I'm just saying, like, I'm intimidated by you too. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to ruin our friendship. So I would never look at you and tell you to sit down and shut the fuck up. But if you was my nigga,
Sit your ass down, shut the fuck up.
So the whole point I'm trying to make,
streaks.
the whole point I'm trying to make is I'm not going to treat you the same way I would treat my nigga.
Facts.
So
Facts.
so there's a different there's a different a reward system here.
So you're saying the women are submissive?
They're not submissive enough to me. But you have to have balance.
True.
Right? Like, I understand my place, right? I understand how to affirm my place and stay in my place.
Right.
But I also understand that I choose my place. I choose where I sit down.
Right.
Don't think just because I sat next to you that I didn't choose to sit down here. I'm staying here because I want to.
You know and choose the ability to affirm your man. Like, I know what it still take to affirm him, but it still is your choice.
Right. So the question for me, other than get your man, keep your man, it's no, how do you get me and keep me? That's my concern. And that's the only thing that I care about.
Right.
So these kind of questions and stuff are dope, but
I was getting there.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, a typical woman is going to go, okay, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. No.
I like how you think, though. That's why I'm asking you these questions.
I've already done all that shit. You're dealing with a woman that has already done that for 20 years. I've already been a servant.
I get it, but
for
I'm
20
asking
years.
you for them. They need to hear this.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
I keep forgetting that we're not just having a regular
Me
conversation.
and you
You're gonna have to cut some of this shit out.
No. I'm keeping all this shit.
Oh,
It's real.
not all of it.
Yeah, we keeping it all in. But I'm asking you. I know you.
Right.
I know how you gonna answer. I know all about you. These motherfuckers. I want them to know. I want you to talk to these ladies and these men. That's why I'm plugging you with these questions.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck?
You like,
you
nigga,
already
you know me. Shit,
Like,
nigga,
you
what the
know
fuck?
me.
You know me, nigga.
Right. I'm like, hold on, nigga.
Fuck that. It's
What
for
the
them.
fuck? Oh, I keep forgetting.
For them.
So
You
stop
forgetting
looking
that
at me. Stop acting like we're having a
looking
like,
into
nigga.
your soul.
Yeah, because you know how I think. There's always a wait, what is she saying? And then it's like, and then I'll bring you back around to understanding the importance and power of words and the way we use them. And I use words out of love and never out of malice, but I like to use words that hit so you can understand what I'm saying, because we don't want to hurt each other.
Absolutely.
And with men are very, and you're one of them because you're a beautiful,
thank you,
light-skinned black man.
That I am. Thank you so much.
But you guys have this vibrato of protection. You guys are always like trying to protect yourself because you feel so attacked. And me as a black woman, I want to help you guys understand that I'm not attacking you.
Right.
With my words, my actions, my spirit, or anything. But a lot of you guys are so broken.
Right.
That anything that you hear everything as an attack.
Yeah.
I have patience though.
Yeah,
I have patience in explaining.
But I think some of us too don't know how to express the hurt. I remember me and you kind of got into it a little while ago because you was just like, you need to quit acting broke. You need to quit acting. And I was just like, is she fucking calling me broke? I got money. And remember we kind of got into it a little bit and you was just like, listen, you know, you had to break it down. Like, I'm talking about your mindset. I ain't calling you broke, but it's like you're behaving like it's da 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 da. And then, and I just listened to what you said. Because I feel like the truth don't come till after the war. I don't mind having I've had tough conversations with Langston. I don't mind it. I'm gonna jump into it, but then I'm able to see your point of view. Like, oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I understand. Oh, okay. It was behavior. It wasn't pockets. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I think most of us are, as black men, we are kind of defensive, which is why I be in and out of therapy and reading books. Cause like, damn, I internalized a lot of that shit over the course of years of what some insecure people have said to me. And I internalized, especially light skinned dude. You gotta always fight and back up like nigga think I'm a hoe cause I'm light skinned. Nah.
You're a hoe because of other reasons, but it has nothing to do with you being light skinned. I'm a bitch for other reasons. Like, don't you understand that? Like, people think that because I'm light skinned, I'm a bitch because I'm light skinned. No. There's many other reasons.
It's for other shit.
There's other reasons.
But I'm glad we had that conversation.
Yeah,
like, we've had those difficult moments over the course of our friendship, those difficult conversations, but we still come out solid on the end. But you're right. Just to piggyback on what you were saying, like, we broken.
They're broken, and it's really generational because we're trained that if we don't have this, if we don't have that, if you haven't set this up by this time, and there's all of these like society standards that we put on ourselves, and if you don't achieve them by a certain place in your life, you're considered not a success or a failure, and you know, when I hear a person talking about money all the time, it's like that's all everybody always talks about is money. It's like, do you realize you're not even just broken like financially, you're broken emotionally, you're broken spiritually, you're broken geographically. There's all of these other areas. The money part, that's the least of your worries, you know? And so that's the whole point of me asking you and saying, Charlie, stop sounding broke.
Mm-hmm.
You're not broke.
There are times where you make me aware of my language, my speech. Because I was just like, I got money in the bank. The fuck she talking about? I got money. I could buy whatever I want. But it was an attitude. It was my speech. And for me personally, I love being around people who are willing to check me for my words or a mindset. I want everybody around me that wants to see me at my highest and best use.
Right.
Everybody. And have difficult conversations. Don't just be a yes man. And it made me think about it like, fuck, I did say that. Or I did do that. Like, damn, man, I need to actually revisit. And it's true. It's called spelling for a reason. You're casting a spell with what you say. So, man, I just appreciate you because you helped me kind of be aware of that. And it's like, I don't mind having tough conversations with you and shit. But we as black men, I really feel like we got to take more accountability. I've been suggesting therapy to some of my brothers and certain books because it's like, man, we've experienced so much trauma in this world. I mean, me and Keenan was talking about this on the episode where I can remember being scared riding past the police because I was so used to them U-turning and jumping behind me. And my fear wasn't of them writing me a ticket. My fear was getting pulled out the car and getting my ass whooped. And living with that type of trauma for years, you create this barrier where it's just like, fuck the police, fuck everybody. But then when you get home, you're expected to be loving and romantic with your woman. But all day long, you've been on. Right.
You're on edge. You're in a fucking war zone. You're in a war zone. And these women don't understand that. But you got to understand, I grew up military. Yeah. My dad's a Marine. I grew up on a military base. And then I married at 18 a Navy guy. So my entire life has just been really structured military. Yeah. And I see what happens to our soldiers with the whole PTSD and things of that nature. And I mean, these men are training every day for combat. Shit. Just right there. But so are black men, period. Right. Training every day for combat. So for us women, right? Yes, I would love to heal the world and to make it a better place like Michael motherfucking Joseph Jackson. Right. Rest in peace. But we can only work on ourselves, right? We can only work on where we are as a people. We can't change. I know I can't change the world, but I can change my world, right? I can change the world that I'm living in, right? And so what we have to do is we have to start listening to these young men. We have to start listening to them. We have to start putting ourselves in positions where we are non-judgmental and giving these young men a place to be able to express themselves, and they should be able to do that at home. Man. They should be able to do that at home. That should be a safe zone. That should be, when you play tag or, safe. Safe. This is, what is it called? It's not called safe. It's called home base. This is base. This is base. Like, you should be able to come home, right? And not be nagged. Yeah. And not be bitched at and not be, you know what I'm saying? And these women don't understand that. So I understand that because I'm a military wife. So when my ex-husband would come home or my dad would come home, we would service him. Yeah, because you knew what he had to deal with out there in the field. Because I knew, and my dad was in infantry. He was just training people to kill all day. My dad is literally major pain. Like, literally. I told my dad, and we love that movie. And my dad would, I'm telling you, to this day, my dad is like, I'm so glad I don't have to kill anymore. Wow. This is the man that raised me. So I was raised in a place. So at home, this is where this should be their peace. This is where this should be their sanctuary. Like, I would give my husband like facials and rub his feet and make sure everything was good. Like, all you had to do was just be. Mm-hmm. I will take care of everything else. And he kept me safe. He kept me and my kids safe. There's a trade-off with that. Absolutely. So that kind of man, you want to keep that kind of man. You want to, okay, he's, light slam me a few times, bust me in my shit, choke me out. Okay, yeah, I get it. But, and all in all, at least I wasn't getting that done on the streets. Right. Like, at least I got it done in a mansion, you know what I'm saying? Like, beat my ass on the block, where I can at least, I don't have to go to work the next day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With a black eye. Sorry.
No, I
I'm
like
totally
it.
inappropriate.
You just no, it's all staying in there. This shit's real. I like it because you approached your marriage and your relationships from a secure woman, a secure point of view. There are so many women, and that's why, like, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who was dating a woman who wasn't black, and I was just asking him, does she understand the black consciousness? Does she understand what you deal with as a man when you're out there in the street? And honestly, he kind of helped me. He was just like, there are some black women that don't understand the black man's consciousness, that don't understand what it's like for us to be out there in the field. I was just like, but it is important for a woman to understand, but she has to be secure with knowing that when her dude is out there in the street, the shit he has to encounter, me looking in the rearview mirror and damn near shitting my pants when the police get behind me, or the flack that I get when I walk into a store and try to buy something. Like, when I come home, I want peace. Mm-hmm. That's what I need when I get home. Right. And I, you know, me and you kind of went through a divorce at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I can just remember that was my, you know, there were times where the marriage was excellent. It was great. But then there were other times where I would walk in the house and there would be no peace. And we would have these constant sit downs. Like, this is when I come home to this sanctuary, to this big ass house that I'm paying for. I need to be able to walk in this house and be like, but it takes a secure woman to be able to give that. You know, it takes a
secure man to demand it. And so that's the thing, is that a man has to also understand his responsibility on how he treats someone.
Very, very, very much so, which is why I was having to sit down. I need this. I'm demanding this. We're constantly having these. Let me give you, because this is what I feel. As a man, it's not my job to walk around implying things. I should express it. This is what I need. And then also, too, you give me an opportunity to express what you need. Mm-hmm. And if we love each other, we will meet those needs. We will do our best to outlove each other. We'll do our best to, everything you need, I'm doing above and beyond so that you feel safe and secure and provided for. But also, this is what I need. So there'd be no guessing. There's no mind reading in relationships. It should just be open. And if I'm constantly expressing to you, demanding, this is what I need for peace. And if I'm not providing on your end, please tell me. Once a month, I would sit down with my wife and be like, just give me a list of some of the things that you want to talk to me about that you feel need correcting, where I offended you or blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to shut the fuck up and listen. And I would sit there with the notepad. She'd be ready too. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got this, you this, and okay, yep, all right. You know what? I apologize. And this is a system that I'm going to implement to make those changes, because I need you to be secure and feel loved in your household. I need to make those changes. This is what I may need, you know? These are some of the things that I know I need.
Okay, so did it work?
What I said to her?
The fucking list, nigga.
Her list?
Her list, your list, nigga. Did the list work?
Well, her list worked for me. I made the changes. But when I asked her, it worked for a period of time.
Exactly. Because that's the whole thing. Is it's easy to instruct someone on what to do, and they can do that specifically.
But if it ain't in you?
If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, your little list was cute, and that's really sweet. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't have to give you a list after 20 years. You should already fucking know. There should be some mind reading. There should be some telepathy. I should be able to just go like this and look at you after 20 fucking years.
But it's got to do with how you pick. It's my point. It
has to do with how much accountability you're willing to take. And people are not willing to take accountability for their own actions. It's really that simple.
Facts.
It's really that simple.
It was her
because
fault.
It's always her. It's her. It's her. When I talk to my friends that are going through like a divorce, because they come to me, because I've been through it, right? Yeah. What I tell them from the beginning, if you want me to help you, and I can help you.
Just be real, motherfucker.
I'm not concerned about that, because if you are in my circle, you're real already. So we don't even have to worry about that.
I'm talking about on the accountability too.
Oh, that's the whole thing too, right? Yeah. So the first thing I tell them is the only way that I will suffer through listening to this shit and helping you get through it quicker is if we only talk about you. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to solve the relationship. Right. You don't need to. I don't give a fuck about why you're getting divorced. Truly, I don't give a fuck.
What did you do?
I don't care. It's not even about what you've done. What are you going to do? Because now we're moving on. That shit's done and over with. Okay, so let's get to the next step.
What do you find when you present it like that?
It's provocative. It's like, whoa, Shar, you mean to tell me that I have the freedom to be whoever I want to be next? Yeah, guess what? That's a yes. You divorce somebody, you get a clean slate. The fuck you mean? Why are people not getting more divorces? Like, you get to, like, divorce is healthy. Divorce is good. People should never stay in a marriage that they're not happy in. You should never be in a job you're unhappy in. You should never be with anybody that brings you down. You should never, ever. I don't give a fuck how much money, how much time invested.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Talk about it.
Fuck that.
Talk about it. I
Fuck
can't tell
that.
you how many motherfuckers I done encountered in customer service. I'm like, my nigga, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you making everybody's life miserable in this
Fuck that.
motherfucker? Just quit.
Right. And so that's what happened with me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So when I'm helping a person and trying to help them get through that hard first few months of learning how to be on their own, it's like, listen, we don't need to talk about the old shit. That shit's done.
You know that's part of your gifting too. You got a healing anointing.
Yeah. And I take that very seriously, and I don't use it like.
Do you think that makes you attract broken people because you have a healing anointing?
I need broken people to make me feel whole. Like those little pieces, those little shards. I'm like Freddy Krueger when he collects his souls, nigga. Like, give me a fucking piece of your soul. I have you for life, Charlie. I have you for life. You are my friend for life.
For life.
For
nigga.
life.
For life.
But think about it though. Our connection is for life, bro.
Facts.
That is like
even down to the comedic content we enjoy, like the masterminds. We in there, like I couldn't get nobody that I know likes that movie, but I can watch that shit from beginning to end. And to know that that's, our connection is wild.
So that's what I'm saying. And so people act like a love story between a man and a woman or at all has to be sexual. And when I see you and I see how light skinned you are, of course, that's but you're a super dope person too, Charlie. And you got a nice body.
Yeah,
you should see Charlie's always trying to figure out a way to show me his body. Charlie's always trying to show me a way.
You be on the same shit. Can you do this? Can you adjust this for me? Can you do this?
Whatever it is.
I'm like, we two light-skinned motherfuckers. Because the problem is we're used to baiting people into doing shit. Because of the light skin.
Don't be putting me in your light skin circle. That's like, what you do.
I'm just do that, and then they make the first move. That's my notorious shit.
Listen. Speak for yourself.
No, I've seen you do it.
You've seen me do what?
Set up shit for a motherfucker to take the bait. Don't front.
Tell me what I did exactly, specifically. Then give a story. What did I do?
There's several stories. I don't know where to begin.
Just do one.
I just did one.
That wasn't one.
The shoe shit.
The shoe shit? No, you didn't even. No. That wasn't.
See, you talked earlier about taking accountability, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
take accountability for your
I don't
shit.
have a problem with accountability. I have a problem with you saying you're not giving the story to the audience.
Oh, okay.
You and I.
All right, look.
See,
hey, so I'm not wearing any panties. Can you do me a favor and adjust my shoe, please? And just hotbox. Like, the fuck? I was trying to spare that story, but this fucking just happened, my nigga. And I'm like, how the fuck you expect me not to be, that's bait setting. And we do that shit as light-skinned motherfuckers.
I didn't even realize I was doing it.
It's subconscious, but it's just like, can you adjust my shoe?
Even though the timing of it, right? Because you were in the kitchen when I was just talking shit, and I'm like, oh, Marquez, I'm not, like
fucking hilarious.
And
Ponte, and we got a whole joke, and I think we do it subconsciously. We're used to, and then a motherfucker would take advantage of that, and you just like, whoa.
Yeah, like me and saying fuck me in the ass. Like I've been saying that since I was 9.
Right. And then some weird motherfuckers like, oh, you really?
It's not even just the weird ones. Don't blame it only on the weird ones. It's the collective.
It's the full collective.
It's the full collective. Every time I ever say that, motherfuckers are like, wait, what? Like, y'all have never heard that phrase before? Like, really? Okay.
Remember when we was at Costco and I farted in the aisle and you ran away from me and shit?
I was trying to run and you kept me. He had the cart. He made me stay with the fart.
You stayed with this motherfucker.
He made me stay with it. I was just terrible.
That's the type of shit that we on. How much time we got left?
You have 30 seconds. No, just kidding. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I want to talk about the 90s.
I really feel like I'm going to Sharon Stone this. I so want to Sharon
These
Stone
motherfuckers
this.
probably ain't even listening. They're like, man, keep the camera on Charlene, man. I ain't got
This edit's going to be all of Charlie. With Charlene's
Just her voice
shoulder.
and
With
shit. Just her
Charlene's
voice.
shoulder. They're going to be so mad.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the comments. The niggas turn it up in the comments, dog.
A blurry kneecap.
Yeah. No, I wanted them to see that side of you. That's why I'm asking these questions and shit. Because I'm like, man, they need to really see how dope my homie is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're so sweet.
So the 90s.
The 90s.
Let's talk about the 90s.
Okay.
90s. I think the 90s was dope as shit because there wasn't no cell phones and wasn't no camera phones.
You still ain't got you boy. Is that why you carry around a 90s cell phone? Have you guys seen this man's cell phone? Pull it out, Charlie.
Yeah.
This
Pull
is
it out, Charlie. Okay. Look at this motherfucker, man. This my phone.
okay.
I love this phone. I love it.
That phone is an abomination.
You know how many motherfuckers stare at me when I talk on this?
How do you still get service?
You know what? I ain't charged this phone in 2 years.
But wait. How do you still, like, if you lose if that charger breaks, you're a wrap.
I ain't charged it since 98. I love this motherfucker. It keep me focused, man. But I feel like this is how I feel. I feel like the 90s was the start of people being distracted because once the internet hit and motherfuckers was on the internet all the time, if you didn't understand balance and being able to manage your time, then you had something else that consumed your time. You know what I mean, motherfucker? You know one of the main reasons I got this? I remember going out to eat with my kids. And because I just didn't have the self-control for a smartphone. And my kids is talking to me and I'm on the phone. And I started looking at the tables around me. And everybody's face was lit up. And nobody was talking to their family around them. And I was like, I don't want this. I don't have the self-control for it. Let me get rid of it. But if you, like, people like you, maybe Langston or other people, y'all have the self-control to just say, fuck this phone.
Right.
I'm walking away from it all day.
Right, all
I didn't
day.
have it. But most people don't. And they sitting at the table, I felt like I was being disconnected from my family. I felt like I was losing focus. And I was like, okay, let me get this old man phone. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the start of this time period where the internet hit, and remember dial-up and AOL and all that shit, when that shit started hitting, everybody was on their computer. And then you didn't have to buy porno tapes no more. You can just be beating off at the computer and shit at all times.
That's the only reason it was invented.
To beat off.
I watch so much porn that it's become a problem because now I've pushed the limits of what I want to watch now.
Your search
now
engine's
just
off
a
the chain.
regular threesome is just too boring at this
Yeah.
point. Now I want to see threesomes with like little people and
Yeah, you want to
like,
see bitches with no feet.
amputees and shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Like now it's gotten to the point.
Is it bitches out here getting hit with no arms?
Dude, when I seen a motherfucker, when I started watching gay porn.
Oh man, you can go. I don't want none.
When I started
don't
watching
want
gay
none.
porn, I'm telling
I don't want none.
I'm telling you.
No, I don't want this story. I'm a transition. Shit's disgusting, dog.
It's not. Listen. I don't watch it. I just listen. I love to hear men moan.
No, I don't
and when
want
you
this.
listen to gay porn, it's just men.
I don't want this.
Oh, Charlie.
No, fuck that.
Oh,
nigga.
Charlie.
Fuck that, nigga. Fuck you. I don't want that shit at all. But that's one of the reasons I got a flip phone is because
You
I
can't
was
watch
addicted
porn.
to porn.
You can't watch porn on there.
Porn on this.
So wait,
Let me tell you something. This is how I defeated the porn addiction. Because from age 14 on, I mean, for like good 25 years, I was just addicted to porn. But when I got this motherfucker and I had it for about 2 years, like the addiction is gone. But I had to break it. I was a porn addict.
I'm only addicted to porn because I don't have I don't have a lover.
Yeah.
If I had a nigga to fucking suck on every night, why the fuck would I watch porn unless we're watching it together? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I?
No.
So
I mean,
that's
I ain't
my
mad at
porn.
you.
So I have to get rid of my porn addiction with a dick. Like that's the
Okay.
only.
That's your deal.
I have to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need some consistent
pipe?
chew toy. To keep me. I just
Right,
I
and
need.
then the nigga farts right after.
Hey, so do I. Let's fart together. See, that's the whole thing. Let's fart together.
Let's do a fart transplant.
Let's do a fart.
That nigga
Hey,
said,
there's a fart transplant.
We did a fart transplant. The 90s was lit, man, but I feel like that whole internet age is kind of what it changed. I mean, I feel like it's some positives in that, but I also feel like it just changed the dynamic between human beings because now we have something else to keep us distracted. And now there's lazy ways to communicate because one of the ways me and you are able to get through our issues is when we talk in person or at least over the phone. But if you get into an argument with a motherfucker over a text message,
Woo! Well,
or
I mean,
email.
that's assuming that this whole thing, you guys, Charlie and I do not have problems. Like the way you make it sound like we don't argue. Like
No,
we just talk so much, and there's certain things that he, that I say that he doesn't agree with, and we just because normally he's like, normally he's in this trance, right? Like, yeah, sure, whatever you say, and then every once in a while,
whatever, nigga. Whatever you say. That mean them internet niggas like, whatever you say, I'ma do it. I ain't got no pants on. No, we don't be
beefing like that, but no,
we just talk a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we have disagreements, and that's one of the things me and Langston was talking about earlier. Like, me and this nigga don't agree on every single thing, but you can be cool. This is what I'm trying to tell people that are watching. You have to have opposing opinions. A battery has a positive and a negative. You know what I'm saying? We have gravity when we walk around. You have something. Quit trying to be around people who are exactly like you and don't agree, don't have any kind of disagreements. That shit's false. You got to have some type of, you got to have a level of tension every now and then. But no, me and her don't beef all the time. We just talk all the time.
Yeah,
and we're vocal with shit. Well, she'll tell me, I don't agree with that, Charlie. And I tell her, I don't agree with that.
Charlie, Charlie, maybe there's a different way you can look at it. Like,
let me help you see a different way.
Yeah, just a different. And really, when I do have those kinds of, disagreements with people, it's always in love, right? It's always in a way that's like, listen, just see it this way really quickly. Just, just give me moment. Because a lot of the times, 99.9% of the time, listen, my homeboy called me the other day. He was freaking out. He was like, Shar. And I'm like, what's cracking, nigga? He's like, are you a fucking witch or something? What are you, a fucking psychic? And I'm like, what happened? And he was like, you were fucking right. You were so right. I'm like, I know that. Just listen. Because people don't listen because they're so defensive. They think that every time a person says something to them that counters what they've just said, that it's in a negative thing or a critique. It's not a critique. It's really just a matter of helping you get through your pain because I'm good.
Right.
Like I'm straight. So that's all we talk about, you guys, is me helping Charlie.
Well, we look out for each other.
And Charlie helping me.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
We look out for each other. It's real. I want you to let everybody know where they can find you, your upcoming projects. This is your time to talk about your handles.
Oh, our handles?
Your handles.
My hand. Organic Charlene on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Shar on OnlyFans, where you can see the foot stuff.
Yeah, all y'all niggas is in the
and my butt cheeks. Feet. My butt cheeks.
Niggas,
so much ass.
Niggas want to
ass and feet.
Ass and feet.
And then on my Patreon is also Organic Charlene.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah. I'm going to put in this sketch, not sketch, but this podcast, I'm going to put our Jamaica sketch in this so niggas can see we acted them up. I just showed up at our house and we was just like, let's create something. And me, you, Langston, just kind of put the plays together like, all right, it's Jamaica. And that shit was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I really want to, I think I only did like 2 or 3 episodes of that, but I really want to revisit that series, Charlie. I think that in the right hands, like that series.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, I love the contrast of her character.
Because you do need, I found out the shit that you're in is when you in something that allows you to show all facets of who you are, that's the funny shit where you can just, hey, Jamaica, just like, this is my life, nigga. This is my life. You came in too hot, Lance. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? That shit. I'm going to put that. Make sure that was
you came in too hot, nigga.
And then I'm in the background prepping. Like, okay, I got to get my Lance ready. I got to make sure that shit. Man, go back. I'm putting it in this episode. But if you go back probably 20, 30 minutes, you'll see that shit. It was one of my favorite sketches, man. Make sure
we had so much fun. And I love working with you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Or remember when I was doing the comedy show and old girl got up with the cobble pot frame?
The Oswald cobble pot. When that light hit that bitch frame. I ain't never seen a shape like that before. She was shaped like a buoy.
Yeah.
Like she was.
She talking shit from the audience. She took the stage, and I'm like, look at this Oswald cobble pot built bitch getting up on the stage.
Hey, she was fun though.
She was.
She was
cool.
fun.
Her nephew didn't like it though. He looked like he wanted to say something. I'm like, dude, you good?
No, No, he was just,
No, he
I
was
mean, she
solid.
was out of control, but she was
out of
having
pocket.
so much fun. And then she was trying to drag me into it. I was like, I don't know this bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
You didn't
we're
know
not
the penguin?
friends. She was like, come on. Yeah. No, bitch. I'm not part of your party, bitch. Go sit your ass down.
Cobblepot.
Cobblepot.
Cobblepot. I want to talk about this book real quick before I get out of here.
Are you plugging your own book?
No. This is somebody else's. This is John Bevere's called The Bait of Satan.
Jesus.
How people are trapped by offenses. Like a lot of we talked about this episode.
Can I see?
A lot of what we talked about this episode is overcoming offenses. Like offenses will come, but they don't have to be taken. So a lot of times relationships can't continue, or you can't build strong relationships if you're holding on to an offense. You got to be able to go to that person and say, hey, what you said offended me, hurt my feelings, or let's talk about it in person. Don't do it through text messages. But this is one of my favorite books because there are so many people that are in a prison of unforgiveness because they're holding on to an offense of what somebody said or did. And a really good book to help you get out of that is that book, The Bait of Satan. So I want to request that. Yeah, see that?
Okay, so now if you don't know what this book is about and you see me sitting here seductively holding it,
You might get a
Why
whole.
is this-
You might get a whole nother picture
Right.
of what is that?
Why is this the book of choice? Give me the other book. Let me hold the other
That's
one.
my book. Yeah, that's why you wasn't supposed to hold it. This is my book. Bait
No,
of
it's a
Satan.
good one.
This is a really good book. And this book, Battlefield of the Mind. It's a devotional, 100 insights that will change the way you think. Like the discussion we had before. Sometimes we get caught up in our language, our speech. We say the wrong things, but if you're around real people, they will check you. Like she'll say, hey, and vice versa. Hey, why'd you say that? Don't say that about yourself. You this, that, third. Because we all go through our ups and downs. We all go through moments where we need each other, or we may feel lonely or sad or angry about a decision if we stay too much in our thoughts. This book right here, Battlefield of the Mind, every day it's like 3 or 4 pages of what you can read to just kind of help you get out of a mental funk, help you be more conscious about what you think about, help you be more conscious about what you speak about. This is one of my favorite books, and I just reread. When I get through the 100 days, I just go and start over again. So Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. I like to recommend books for my people because we can sit here and talk shit all day, but if I want to give my people tools to help you really be productive and go after your purpose, because we all got a purpose. Every good and perfect gift comes down from the Father of Lights. God has given us all gifts. So I want my people to be able to use them to their best degree. Shar is one of my favorite people because she is famous because of what she's good at. Not just she famous because she pretty, because she got ass. No, she's good at something, but she knows her purpose. She knows she's a healer. She's a great actress, whether she wants to take credit for it or not. She's just an amazing friend, and we just have some of the greatest conversations because I always leave a conversation with Shar with an introspective mindset, like, oh, okay. And I want to be around people who make me think. Like, I see the world a lot through women. You know what I'm saying? Because men, especially with me, restrictive, don't want to give information. Niggas hold shit back. But when I talk to you, when I talk to women in general, dope-ass women, they help me see the world in a way where I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I just appreciate you being a friend.
Aww.
Thank you for being a friend.
That's my favorite show ever.
Hell yeah, Golden Girls.
But no, yeah, I thank you. This was dope.
This was dope, man. So look, y'all know y'all can check me out every first Sunday at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach.
Don't talk to me about the Laugh
Okay, we got my handle. I am Charlie Newhart on IG. Charlie Newhart on YouTube. My website ilovecharlienewhart.com, and I got some really dope shit coming up too, man. So yeah, we're gonna keep this going. This fucking fly, man.